In this video, I'll be remaking the navigation, the top nav and the bottom nav. In order to understand how I use variables in this project, you will find the video on it on my channel. So for our nav icon or our nav section, we're going to look at the bottom nav. As you can see, the bottom nav has an icon and it has some text underneath it with about maybe 8 pixels difference. And it has a border on the top like this that shows that it's highlighted. So the icon itself switches from an empty fill to a full fill of the color of the primary color, which is the Facebook blue, and it switches as well. As you can see here, the rest switch as well. So this is what we were going to be designing for the bottom nav. And for the top nav, there's going to be a title and there's going to be a button on the top right and here as well. So let's start doing that together. Let's go ahead and get the design annotations, copy it, and then put it in our nav over here. So this is our navigation. This is our component. This is our navigation. And here is the description. Let's change this to text, MD, regular, and the fill is text black. Navigation is one of the most essential components of the user interface, as it is the primary gateway to the different features the app has to offer. Okay, let's go ahead and start to make our button. So let's go ahead and get our icon, let's say our home icon, from our assets, like so. So let's choose this icon. And for this icon, we are going to have the fill or the stroke here. It's going to be icon primary, like so. And we're going to have some text underneath that says home. And this text is text XS, regular. And the thing is going to be blue, text primary blue. It's going to look like this. Let's make this into an auto layout. And let's have a distance between them of, it has a gap of 4 pixels. And the auto layout itself has a padding of up and down of 12 by 4. Like so. Here we can have this hug. And here we are going to have a border. So the border primary, and it's going to be on the top shelf, like so. And it is going to have a pixel density of 2 pixels, the weight, and it looks great. We can also have this filled because this is selected. So we're going to go ahead and fill it with icon primary. Does it look good? It does look good. So this is going to be our component for our bottom nav button. And we're going to make another component. So here this is selected. So this is the type or state. This is going to be selected. Let's say this is the type. And here this is going to be selected hover. So this is type selected. This is going to be also type selected. But we're going to have another state another variant that says state, and this we're talking about the hover state. So this is not hovered, so this is default without anything. And here it's going to have a very light blue. So we're going to go ahead and put in a fill, and the fill is going to be primary subtle hover. Surface, primary, subtle hover. And we are going to have a very nice corner radius on a few sides to give that sort of circular effect. So we're gonna have a corner radius top and down, or left and right, like so. And here we can choose the individual corner radii, so let's do that. And here's gonna be 10, and here it's gonna be 10. So it has that like button feeling when you're pressing on it. Is there anything else? Let's add some corner radius or padding left and right, because it's too narrow like this. So here, this is like so. Here I want a padding of 4, but it's not registering the padding. So maybe we can make this into a hug. There we go. Hug and hug. Great. Let's do the unselected. So we're gonna go ahead, increase this. We're gonna choose these two. We're gonna add 2 more. So these are selected. These 2 are unselected. Default and hover. And here we are going to say, so of course with the unselected, we're not going to have the top border. And we're not going to have a fill. And the stroke is going to be icon default. And the home is going to be text default. That's what it looks like. Next, we are going to also remove the stroke. And we're not going to have a fill. And the text is going to be text default. We're not going to have a fill of the icon, and the stroke is going to be text default, but we are going to have the same color, the fill outside as this. So we're going to go into fill. So surface, primary, hover, like so. So it's going to do like that. So whenever, let's say I want to change the tab between, for example, from home to something else, this is going to be, it's going to be unselected. Then I'm going to select it like this, and then it's going to go to this state. And then I want to press on it in the same state. Then it's going to be like this, and then it goes back. So that's how it goes. Let's make sure everything is fine and everything looks great. Let's do our search bar. So for our search bar, it is 283 by 40. So text, search. We're going to have something like this around it. And this is 40 by 283. Like so. And this is inside of this. Yes, this is inside. Should be here. But why is it not showing? Oh, this is white. So make this into a text, black. And we're going to input an icon, the search icon, like so. It's a bit too big, so we can reduce the size to 20 by 20. Looks much better. And we can make this into an auto layout. We can increase the size of this to 283. And we're going to have a corner radius as well of 28, like so. Looks much better. Anything else? I think it looks fine. Let's do the component. This is our search bar. Let's make another component, another variant, like so. So this is going to be for the full screen or for the entire top bar. So it's going to be much larger. It's going to be 375, which is the width of the whole thing, like so. And it's not going to have a corner radius at all. So corner radius is equal to 0. So the type, our property is going to be the type. It is going to be default. This is going to be full, like this. Let's put them in our box, like so. So let's start to make our bottom nav. So we're going to take one of these, for example, the home, and we're going to make another one next to it, but we're going to change it from the selected to unselected. And it's not hover, it's default. Good. So the first one is our home. The next one is our friends. So we're going to go here and we're going to search for the friends one. So this icon has the name of a profile. So let's look for the profile. There we go. Insert instance. So actually we can just change it from here. So profile. There we go. And the name of it is friends. This is good. Let's do the next one. It's gonna be the watch. The name of it is desktop, like so. And this is the watch. Next, let's do another one. This is going to be our profile. It also has the name, the icon has the name of a profile, so profile, like so. And here, profile. And we are going to have two more, one notification. The name of the icon is notification. We can choose any one of these. And finally, we have the menu. I'm gonna go here. This is our menu. And here, this is going to be our burger menu. Who doesn't like a good burger? All right, so you see a problem here. All of these have good widths and everything looks fine, except this one. This has an unusually large width because the notification text is very, very wide. So what lots of websites and lots of applications do is that they even decrease the size of this artificially to a very small text so that they look sort of more similar. So we can do that. Let's detach this and we can make the text maybe a 6 or something. See how it looks? Too small. Can make it into an 8. Much, much better. So it has a similar width. You don't have any large deviations in the sizes. So it looks okay. We can even have it just a bit smaller. We can have it a 7. Much, much better. So you can see no large discrepancy. And the eye doesn't really pop out for the eye, so it's okay. Let's choose all of these and then make them into an auto layout. And we are going to have a distance between them of auto. And what's important is the size of the whole frame. The size of the whole frame is going to be 375, which is the size of my mobile phone. And the distribution is going to be auto. So if I have a text or I have a bigger phone, it just increases with it like so. And therefore responsive. Let's make this into our bottom nav. Let's make this into a component. Let's add one more. So this is going to be our home. This is going to be our home or the type. So because the home is highlighted, let's highlight the friends. So here this is going to be unselected. And here this is going to be selected. Let's change the fill of these. So here we're going to have fills of primary icon, like so. And we're going to add, and this is going to be primary icon as well, like so. Here, all right, so this is the friends one. Let's add one more. We're going to deselect this, and we're going to change these back to our icon, prime icon default. Here, this is going to be also filled. So let's choose these and then change them into icon primary. And this is going to be icon or text primary, primary, yeah. It looks fine. This is going to be selected. There we go. This is the watch. Next, let's do the profile. It's going to be unselected. And these are going to go back to their original color. Icon, default, and text, default. Here, we're going to make this into icon primary. Let's change this to selected. And it looks much nicer. This is for the profile. Next, let's unselect this again. Let's have this go back to our icon primary or icon default. Let's change this to our primary. And also have this selected. So to increase the size of the text, which is fine, let's decrease it again. So here it's going to be 7. Nice and uniform. Looks okay. This is going to be our notifications. And let's unselect this. Let's change this back to our icon default. And here, this is going to be icon primary. This is text primary. And let's change this to selected. And with that, we have a selected state for each and every single tab, which is perfect. Let's put it here. And let's increase it like this. So finally, let's do our top nav. So we're gonna have just the standard top nav with the Facebook logo. So we're gonna get the logo. Let's go to our assets, the logo, and the Facebook logo as is. And let's get the icon, the button, one of our buttons. And let's change this to just the icon. And the type of the icon itself is going to be our neutral outline. Let me check. No, just the neutral, not the outline. Gonna go back here, and this is the neutral. All right, we're gonna have 3 different buttons for this. One for the search and 2 more. So let's make these into an auto layout. The distance between them is the distance between them is 8, like so. And we're gonna do it with this one. and I want this whole frame to be 375, the width of the entire mobile screen. And I want some padding, so 8 by 8. 8 by 8, and I want it to be middle aligned, and I want it to take the whole screen so it looks like this and it's nice and responsive. So let's make this into a component. Here, let's make this into the let's say the top nav. Let's make another one. Let's add the type that has the search button. So here we're going to delete this. We are going to ungroup these, and we're going to add the search icon or the search bar, like so. So it looks like this. So we're going to have an icon on the left. We're going to have an icon on the right. This can be much smaller, no problem. And we're just going to have 2 buttons like this. So I also want this to be much larger, like so. And this is when, for example, you're searching for a friend, you're searching for a page, it has the search button highlighted, and here one of these is going to be the search, and so on. So this is probably always going to be the chevron. So let's change the icon left to the chevron left, like so. And here, this is going to be our settings. So we can change this to settings menu with the gear. And this one can be our search icon. You can also make this much larger, like so. All right, so far so good. Next, let's make it that the button itself is inside of here. So what we can do is we can go back to our search bar and add another type with a button on the right. So let's add one of our icons. Let's say the search medium, whatever. Actually, let's make a copy of this, put it here. So we want the icon to be on the right. So what we can do is we can make these together into an auto layout, and then make them an auto layout with the right one, so that I'm able to control the distance between them. And I can make this whole thing fill container so that it knows where the final boundaries are. And I can make it auto layout like this, or auto align, so that it goes to the very end of the whole thing. So now I have a component with 2 buttons, one on the left, one on the right. So here, 2 buttons. Let's go back, and here we're going to change this to our 2 buttons one. Perfect. And we're going to also delete this one and increase the size of this. Great. Next one. So this is our search plus 2 buttons. Next, we're going to be doing the top nav with a text or a title in the middle. So let's delete this. So we're going to have another button. So it's going to be 2 buttons, but one is a text button and one is an actual button, or an icon button, and one is a like this. And the type is going to be a normal button. Let's make the button itself into a primary button, like so. And we can shut off the left button. And yeah, this is gonna be post. We're gonna write post, so it changes automatically. We can here add the plus icon instead of this one, which looks great. So let's add the text. So T inside of here, create post. And the settings of the text is going to be text large MD. Text large MD. And the color is going to be black. Text default. So this one we are going to name icon, text, and button. Here we can say this is also icon and search. Here we can call this icon, search, icon. And here this is the default, which is okay. All right, next one and our final one. So this is fine. Here, this is going to be check-in. Like so. And here we're going to change this back to a button icon. Like so. And we're going to bring the icon back. And we can make it into anything we want. Let's say we can make it into a neutral color. And so. So now these are the top nav types, and we're gonna put them over here. Let's do a final check of all of these components. Let's make an instance. Are we able to change between? So you can see, yeah, we didn't do the last one. So here, this is going to be icon, text, icon, which is always important to check what you did, and the properties as well, we can change it. So the properties, these are the types. Now everything works a-okay. Let's try these out. Yeah, so we forgot to do the naming convention of these. So this is profile. This is notification. This is menu. This is watch. This is friends. And this is home. Here, these are our search bars. Let's take them here and see that they are just fine. And we did this before. And with that, we finished our top nav and bottom nav. Now, for more videos about the Facebook design system, you will find more free videos in the channel. Or if you'd like to take the Facebook design system course, you will find the link in the description.